Hi and welcome. We are ready to get started. Welcome to this web class for the Nesta Certified Group Exercise Instructor course. We promise to keep this as short as possible, yet give you all the information that you'll want and need so you can make a confident decision to start your career with Nesta in group exercise. So if you're ready, let's get started. Oh, before I go to the first slide here, if you want to take some notes, that would be great. If you just want to follow along and pay closer attention without the notes, that's fine as well. Whatever works best for you. And let's get started. So we're going to cover a lot of different things, but 4 primary areas of focus during this presentation. Education, certification, career options, and making money. And just a quick overview on each of these. Why education? Well, because you need to be smart. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know the science, the application, and all the nuances that will make you an effective, likable, and successful group exercise instructor. And then of course the certification process, because that's why you're here, so you can earn your professional certification and show it with pride and confidence, and to perhaps get the job you want at a club, gym, fitness center, spa. Of course, we're going to talk about your other career options, number 3, which aside from being an employee at a large or small health club type of facility, you may decide to open your own business. So we're going to talk about a lot of different business opportunities that are available for group exercise instructors that are often overlooked. And they're fun, exciting, sometimes involve travel to exotic locations, and can provide you with a lot of high-level income that is not available in other situations. And that leads us to number 4, making money. Are you doing this because you want to help people? Yes. Are you doing it because you have a love for health and fitness? Yes. Do you have bills? I'm thinking probably so. So you need to make some money. And so we're going to show you how you can make money and how you can make more money than you may be thinking right now. It may be surprising to you. So hang on, and I think you'll be pleased. You can now become a more complete and highly skilled fitness professional by adding this distinguished credential to your resume. It's very different from a nutrition certification or personal training, and obviously those are great, and we offer those courses as well. But if you're going to teach group exercise, you really do need this credential regardless of the type of group exercise that you will be teaching, because it's imperative that you know the fundamentals, the science, the cueing, the safety, etc. This specific group exercise training separates you from other trainers, instructors, and coaches. And I think most importantly as well, it makes you feel confident in your ability to lead a group, small, medium, or large, indoor or outdoor, in a wide range of class formats. So the course title is Group Exercise Instructor Certification, and then the credential you'll earn, basically this is your title that you will earn, is Certified Group Exercise Instructor, and then the acronym for that some people put on their business cards or website or social media is CGEI. So here's a quick program overview. It's a 100% online group exercise instructor training program. You don't have to travel anywhere. Even the test is online. It's super comprehensive. It's easy to follow, and you're going to learn a lot. So it's 100% online, including detailed step-by-step video training videos, anatomy and biomechanics training videos, specific to group exercise, multiple class examples, comprehensive digital manual, and of course your exam as well. And then what is the course objective? The Certified Group Exercise Instructor program gives you everything you need to become qualified to implement and oversee programs for your clients. And that is whether you work as an employee, a contractor, or you have your own business, you're working in a club, outdoors, in a park, on a cruise ship, Whatever it is, you're going to feel confident because you're going to be highly qualified and you're going to have a professional credential. So again, the learning format, 100% online, mobile device friendly. So can you do this on your Samsung or your iPhone? Yes, of course you can. Will you have a better learning experience if you do it on a desktop or laptop? Perhaps. Or if you want to use a tablet, just because you have more viewable screen area to where you're going to be able to see things in more detail. But could you do it on your iPhone or your smartphone? Yes, absolutely. And also, the program is self-paced, meaning that you can take as short or long of a time as possible. Most people will complete it in a couple weeks, but they have family and they have a job and they might be going through other educational courses simultaneously. So could you do it a little faster? Yes. Can you take longer if you choose? Yes. But most people would probably finish it in a couple weeks. What's most important is not to be expeditious and finish it, unless you're under a specific time constraint, but more importantly is to understand and value each thing you're learning and think about the direct application of the knowledge, not just memorization for the exam. You want to know how and why to use this information, not just recite what the information is so you can seem knowledgeable about it. You want to know the rationale behind the things that you're going to study. And that's why we feel it's important if you take as much time as necessary so you really understand it at a deep level. Exam requirements. This is to earn your certification. Passing a 100 multiple choice exam, it's non-proctored, online with 70% or higher. You get 3 attempts, and if you don't pass after 3 attempts, then you can pay a very small fee to take the test again. It's very, very, very rare that someone doesn't pass it after 3 attempts. So feel confident. We're just letting you know that we have resources in place if you need more attempts to pass. It is very unlikely that you're going to need 3 attempts. I would say that most people don't need 2 attempts, but it is available if you need it, so rest assured. And then results are given at the end of the exam in real time. You're going to know what happens online. Exactly when you're done, you press complete and you get your results. You are in the title of Certified Group Exercise Instructor, and that's the official seal for the course. So there's a lot of benefits to this, but one of the most important things is increasing your professional credibility and earning potential. That is, of course, is after you gain the knowledge and the skill set to implement effective and safe programs. You will have endless career and business opportunities, including working in a gym for corporations, a health club, spa, resort, or fitness center. You can also teach classes outdoors with your own business. Let's break this down a little bit. This is where people, I'm speaking in very broad generalities here, people in your position that are deciding to enroll in the program now are thinking, well, how will I earn a living? And the reality is you have far more options than you ever considered. So let's break this down. You can work in a gym. And a gym could be large or small, public or private, nonprofit or for-profit. It could be within a corporation. You could do group exercise classes for a corporation as part of a corporate wellness program. And in case you don't know, our sister division, Spencer Institute, also has a corporate wellness coach certification and business system, which ties in perfectly with this if you choose to work in corporations. Of course, you don't need that, but it will give you a lot of skill sets, a lot of resources, and a lot of opportunity to expand into corporations. So corporate wellness and group exercise classes within corporations are big business because enough time has passed now since the advent of corporate health and wellness and fitness programs and employee wellness programs that the corporations know that for every dollar they invest, they're going to get between $2 and $3 return on that investment because of higher productivity, lower healthcare costs, etc. And of course, you could work at a spa, and there's destination spas. We have some of our graduates who work at very exotic spa locations all over the world. And in some cases, you can trade out luxury vacations, and this is not just fantasy, this is a real thing. You can trade out a luxury vacation for you and a significant other to go to one of these all-inclusive resorts. You teach 1 or 2 classes a day, and you get the entire week-long, or perhaps in some cases even a month-long vacation in exchange for teaching 1 class a day or 2 classes a day. It seems unreal. It is very real. So you can look into that as well, and you'll see what I'm saying is actually true. There's a few companies that help facilitate those for the resorts and for the instructors. And there's a wide range of classes as well. And so another thing you could do, and especially if you're bilingual or multilingual, is work for the cruise line and teach group exercise on the cruise. Now, is that for everybody? Absolutely not. Is it for someone who has a sense of adventure and perhaps fewer responsibilities at home? Yes, it's something that you can consider and go to exotic locations and help people on the cruise get in shape and have some fun for a few years. Yes, you can do that as well. That is another option. So even what we've talked about so far, is this far more than you had thought? Yes, I'm sure it is. Now let's talk about outdoor fitness classes. Of course, if the health club, fitness center, or gym that you're working for, probably a spa or resort would have outdoor classes as well. You can do it as an employee. However, you can also teach group exercise outdoors, doing like a boot camp class, or a group body weight class, or a group calisthenic class, or a group stretching class, or a group program with dumbbells or bands or resistance tubes. You have endless options. And remember, you're getting a complete business system with this as well. So you're learning everything you need to know to build your brand, to get an endless stream of thrilled customers, how to market yourself online, how to do video, social media, how to blog if that's what you want to do, how to do promotions on YouTube and Pinterest and all these other things. You get all that complete training. If you're not interested in that and you want a job at a health club, just don't do it. Don't do the business training if you don't want to, but it's available to you, and it is really, really comprehensive and yet simple to follow and step by step. And I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And of course, there are many more options than what I just said, but we'll move on and just realize that the options are probably tenfold from what we just went over, but I don't want to overwhelm you with everything. You have a lot of opportunity. As a certified group exercise instructor, you will help people live a healthier and happier life. You will be rewarded with a fulfilling career that is fun and financially lucrative. It's wonderful for you to be able to live a healthy, happy life and help others do the same, and then be appropriately financially compensated for your efforts. Everybody wins, and you get to live more the lifestyle that you've been wanting. What is my scope of practice? So what is your scope of practice? That means what can you do and what can't you do being a NESTA certified group exercise instructor. It's the same as it is for any fitness instructor, and that means you cannot diagnose, treat, or prescribe. You can't diagnose someone and say, well, you have a ruptured disc at L4, L5, and I see that you have, XYZ happening down your leg. You have this radiating pain, and, take 3 Advil, and you need to know when to refer out. You can't treat an injury except for first aid. If someone bumps and hurts themselves, obviously ice is probably going to be something that's warranted, and if someone feels dizzy, you're going to want to have them sit down or lie down and elevate their feet and make sure that their body temperature is appropriate. That's first aid, and that's reasonable and appropriate. But when people have acute or chronic injuries or illness, you cannot diagnose, treat, or prescribe. You cannot do that. And I can't emphasize that enough, but it's very important that you know that. And then the other thing is, when in doubt, refer it out. That's what we always say. When in doubt, refer it out. Don't try to do something as above and beyond your pay scale, your education, or your professional licensure. All right, we'll move on. So what will I learn? There's a few sections here we'll go through, so we'll break this down. Of course, obviously there's an introduction to the program and learning outcomes and expectations and time frames and all that kind of stuff. There's an introduction to group exercise and the fitness industry. There's a lot to the fitness industry. It's massive. There's endless opportunity. It's all inclusive in the sense that everybody has a goal and they want to live a better life because of being in this industry, yet it's very fragmented and segmented because, imagine how different, taking a karate class is from bodybuilding, or how different powerlifting is from a water fitness class. There's room for everybody. And yet, collectively, we're all in one family because we all want fundamentally the same thing, which is to have fun, to be with good people, and to improve our health. So you're going to learn about the fitness industry as well. Section 2, the science of exercise. Kinesiology, the kinetic chain. I'm not going to go into all the detail of all this stuff here. I'm just going to give you an overview, okay? The kinetic chain, the skeletal system, the muscular system, functional muscular anatomy, introduction to exercise physiology, metabolism and energy systems, the cardiovascular system, proper fuel, and nutrition basics. And this is actually a lot of information, but our educational team is so brilliant, and they're so good at what they do, and they love to help you understand this in a very fun, easy, and palatable way. And they can make, and they do make, complex topics very easy to follow. So if some of these words look intimidating, or you're not familiar with what some of them are, don't worry about it. You're going to learn from the very basics up to the appropriate level that you need to successfully pass your exam. And so feel confident in that. Section number 3, group exercise instruction. This is really great. We have such a wonderful tutorial of breaking down exercise instruction. Choreography and class building. What is needed? What is the chronology? What is the sequencing? And again, what equipment and tools for teaching? And what's right, and how do you explain safety for that equipment and tools? Cueing and learning styles. Cueing is essential. Stand tall, shoulders back, head tall. Keep the chest elevated, neutral pelvis, softly bend the knees, feet parallel, wider stance, toes slightly out, stay relaxed, look in this direction, and so on. You want to be very clear and concise, and also the cueing has to be done at the right time with the right tonality and inflection based on environmental factors, the demographic of the group, their skill level, and so forth. And there's so many different things to know about this, but when you understand it, then you're going to say, oh, that's why so-and-so is such a great instructor, because they do this, and you just learned that. So now you're going to be a great instructor. And then the it factor. Have you ever taken a fitness class and you just thought, wow, he or she is just so good? What makes them such a phenomenal instructor? Is it the way they demonstrate the exercise? Is it the cueing? Is it that they teach me how to breathe properly? Is it that it's fun? What is the it factor? It's actually a combination of all those things and more. And you're going to learn how to have the it factor so you can be the go-to person for your group exercise classes. Number 4, Safety, liability, and scope of practice. Safety is critical. No one wants to come to a class where they're going to get hurt. And you don't want to be the instructor who has a class where a lot of people get hurt. Not fun, not good for anyone at any time. And do people get injured from time to time? Yes, but it's rare, and you need to know what to do, and you need to know how to minimize it. So safety, liability, and scope of practice, which is what we talked a little bit about earlier. And then there's a lot of resources for you as well that are going to make you a much better instructor. So how will I get clients? This is a very, very common question, and it's one that maybe you have had as well. Here's the answer. If you work at a club, you probably will have the club's marketing team fill up your classes. However, there are times in some facilities where you are paid by the size of your class. Not always, but sometimes. Like if you reach a certain threshold and it's over 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, 40 people, etc., there are different bonus structures in place. Not always. It depends on the club, the facility, the management team, etc. So, regardless, you want a full class because it's going to be a lot more fun. And in some of those cases, you will earn more money, even if you're an employee. If you're not an employee and you're doing an outdoor fitness class like this lady is here, what you need to do is learn how to market your services and do sales and collect money through Zeal or PayPal or credit cards or Square or some other type of merchant service and go through the business processes. Fortunately, we have a complete system that we're giving you that teaches you how to do all that and much, much more. The reason anyone in the fitness industry ever has a hard time getting clients is because they have not taken the time to learn how to do it. And oftentimes also they are focused more on promoting themselves as being a fantastic instructor rather than the promise and the delivery of the promise of getting results for their clients while they have fun in the process. So if you work at a club, most likely your club will fill up your classes. If you have your own business, you will likely do marketing to get people in your class. Fortunately, we're giving you a complete business and marketing system that will show you exactly how to do that. And it's very complete, very comprehensive, very easy to follow, step by step. What do I need to start my business? Well, again, if you're going to be an employee, nothing. You go get a job at a health club, a gym, a spa, or a fitness center. But if you want to start your business, do you need a business plan? Some people would say yes. I'm going to say no, because business is malleable. Business evolves too quickly. Imagine if people created a very strict, stringent, non-pliable business plan with a very constrained time frame 1 week before the COVID epidemic struck in 2020. Would their plan work? The answer is probably not. But then they went to all the time and the effort to create that. Now, obviously, that's an extreme example. I understand. But what you want is an outline of what you're going to do. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Who's the competition? What are my startup expenses? Do I need a business license? Do I have my certifications ready to go? Where are the people that want to take my classes? Where are they? Who are they? And how can I communicate with them? And again, you're taught all of this in the business and marketing training system that we're giving you. So you get all this information at no cost. So you're going to know exactly what to do. Again, if you're an employee at a club, you don't have to worry about that because you're an employee and they do all that for you and you just teach a great class. So I briefly touched on this. Do I need a business license? The answer is maybe. You might need a business license. Here's why. Well, let me differentiate and clarify something. There's a difference between a license and a certification. Sometimes I hear people say, I need a fitness license or I need a personal trainer license. In that instance, they were wanting to become a personal trainer as opposed to group exercise. They said, do I need a license? There is no license for personal training or group exercise or fitness at this time. Could things change? Yes. We haven't been notified of any government regulations on any level moving in that direction. So a certification, which you will earn when you enroll in this program, shows competency for the skills required to teach a group exercise program to varying groups of people. That's a certification. It shows that you have competency and you have successfully passed an exam. Okay, that's a certification. Now, a license is usually administered or required by a government agency, such as a city or a county or a state or a country. In most cases, it will be at the city level. Some cases, if the city is unincorporated, it will be at the county level. If it's required, it will only cost about $50 a year. Why is a business license required? Because the government wants a little bit of money. That's one. Two is to keep track of businesses. And three is that you can be in a business directory. And they also use that statistical data for different research that they will do in the future, or even to sell data, unfortunately. How many businesses are in this city, how many employees and employers are in this city, what is the average revenue of a company within this city. And so it gives them a point of reference and a starting point to oversee businesses within that particular area. Many times a business license is not required. Again, it's not a certification, completely different. Half the time it's not required. What do? Whatever city you want to do business in, you call the city government office, city manager's office, or the civic center, or whatever organization. You probably Google it and say something to the effect of, do a search for, is a business license required in XYZ city? You're going to get an answer. And then you just follow the process. It's very, very simple. Okay, so no sweat, no problem, easy to do, and probably $50 or less for a year. So that is that's a few cents, 20, how many cents a day? Not much. I'm not going to try to figure out that math right now, but it's not much. It's inconsequential. But if it's required, do it. And then, of course, you want to get some liability insurance as well, which you can learn about after you get certified. We have resources for you. It's also really, really affordable. Again, if you are an employee, do you need a business license? No. If you're an employee, do you need liability insurance? Probably not, because the employer will handle all those things. So you have options. It just depends how you want to run your business and your career. Oh, the magic question. How much money can I make? And the answer is, it depends. And it's wide-ranging. And after I tell you, there's probably people who would disagree with me, and they might have other ways of describing earning potential for a group exercise instructor. What I want to tell you is what I know to be true based on a lot of experience working in a lot of different segments of the fitness industry for many decades. Here's what I know. There are so many variables that I can't give you an absolute number. In general, if you work at a health club, in general, you will make less than you do if you have your own business. In your own business, you have many, many tax advantages that are legal and ethical and will likely save you between 10 and 50% on your total taxes paid per year. There are built-in structures in place for business owners to save on taxes. That's just the way the laws are written. So if you're a business owner, you can legally and ethically take advantage of those tax savings, which doesn't put more money in your pocket, but it keeps more money in your pocket. In general, someone who works at a health club is going to make anywhere from 20 to $50 an hour teaching a group exercise class. $20 to $50 an hour. Yes, that's a wide range. Some is less, some could be a lot more, but that's a very general range. Again, if you work at one of these spas or resorts, you might trade out for a week or a month there for a luxury vacation, but you also could live on a tropical island and have things taken care of for you, and you could live there on the cheap and enjoy kind of an exotic, fun lifestyle for a while until you decide you had enough of that. If you work on a cruise ships notoriously don't pay a lot, maybe $1,300 a month, $1,400 a month, but you have no expenses. They have medical on the ship. You don't need a lot of extra clothes because they provide a lot of the clothes for you. You have accommodations, and all of your food is included. So you don't have to take care of accommodations or food or any of the ancillary things as you get to travel the world. So there's that. If you teach a group exercise class, such as an outdoor class, and these numbers are real that I'm going to tell you, you could make anywhere from $50 to $500 an hour. Does that sound crazy? Maybe. Is it true? Absolutely, 100% true. It depends on what city you're in. How effective is your marketing? How aggressive are you with business growth? How big do you want to scale your business? And what's most important to you? But those numbers are real. Those are real numbers. That's not fabrication. It's not exaggeration. It's real. And you're going to learn how that has been done and how you can repeat the same thing when you get the business training, which comes through this program. All right. I know that's, I wish I could give you more specific numbers, but I'd rather give you real numbers that are realistic and quantifiable rather than saying, well, this is 25 and this is 45 and this is 75. It is so difficult to say because there's so many options. The good news is it's probably a lot more than you thought, isn't it? I can guess that if you're to teach a group exercise class for a corporation and you're working for the corporation but not as your own business but as an employee of the corporation or a contractor perhaps, you could make anywhere from probably $40 to $70 an hour teaching a class. Okay. So what is your mindset for success? Well, in short, it's everything. As you know, you have to have your mindset right for success. So that means that you need to stay motivated. You need to stay focused. You need to stay positive. You need to stay healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in every way. And you need to be consistent in your approach to having a positive, successful mindset. And in your training that you get in the business and marketing system, which comes with this course, there is also a huge segment on the mindset for success, and you get all that training for free. So again, you can work in a club. Here they have some type of resistance class using a bar. I'm not sure if there's some resistance that can go on those bars, or maybe they're just doing some stretching with that. It could be a lightweight bar. It's hard to tell from the picture. Looks like they have some smaller kettlebells on the ground in the picture. It looks like there's a medicine ball and some mats or a Swiss ball in the background there, some dumbbells. There's a lot of different things that you can do in the class, and you're going to learn how to do so many different forms of group exercise. And again, you have so many different ways of working in a club. Outdoor group class. Looks like they're perhaps, they have shoes. Well, some people have shoes on, so I'm not sure if they're doing yoga or not. Or maybe they're just winding down as they conclude a day of outdoor exercise, but it does look like it's probably a yoga class doing some type of kneeling spinal twist. So imagine in this picture, looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's hard to tell because some of the people are cut off there, but let's just say there's 15 people in the class. Every person in the class paid $10 to be there that day. That's $150 an hour for teaching outdoor fitness class. Do you see now how easy it is to make $150 in an hour? If each of those participants pays $10 and there's 15 participants, teach 2 classes a day, that's $300 a day times 5 days a week. That's what, $1,500 a week? Is my math correct? Times 4, that's $6,000, that's $72,000 a year. Wow, there you go. Online coaching and instruction. Online coaching can work for individuals. It can work for health coaching, wellness coaching, personal development. Online coaching works for group exercise as well. I have a friend who is a speech and language pathologist, and she now moved her entire practice of coaching people in linguistics online. And we have another graduate who teaches group exercise to a few people in her apartment community on top of a parking structure, and as they watch the sunrise come up, and they do a group exercise online class for anyone who wants to drop in, and they pay $10 a class. So she's compounding it. So she's doing a live class for the people in her apartment community and broadcasting it live for the people who get a private link who want to pay $10 a class to come in. And so it doubles or triples her income rather than doing just in person. Now that's just one example of many ways that you can earn income online. Doing group exercise, online coaching and instruction. And you might even do things for a whole family. Maybe there's a whole family that gets up and you're their private instructor in person in their home. Maybe they have a gym or a workout area in their house, and you work with the entire family in a group class. Or maybe you work with entire group class online. A group of family members in their home online. There's a lot of different ways of doing this. You can also make an information product and create an online course on your special way of doing group exercise. And then you can sell them to where you finish the product, and you make it available in different marketplaces for people to buy. Now, this is how people make money in their sleep. And in the past, when we've had discussions like this, some people said, you can't make money in your sleep. That's nonsense and blah, blah, blah. No, that's actually not correct, but this is how it works. You create a really great, effective, fun group exercise program. You film it. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to have fancy equipment. You just need some good lighting and reasonable audio. You can sell the classes, and people can buy them from anywhere in the world, and it doesn't matter if you're asleep or awake. And yes, you're also going to learn how to do that as part of the business system that comes with this group exercise instructor certification. Membership sites. You can create a private membership site to where every day they log into the membership site and get a new link for your Zoom class, and you can do live classes, or they can access archives of all your other group exercise classes as part of a private membership. We're also going to teach you how to do this as well. So let's recap. I bet, I'm thinking now that as you're listening to this, you're thinking, wow, there's a lot more opportunity than I thought. That's what makes Nesta different. Group exercise instruction is not just in a club. It's not just as an hourly employee. It can be, and there's nothing wrong with that. What you need to know is that you have many other options. You can choose to do all of it, one of the things, or none of it. It's completely up to you. What's important for you to know is that you have options. You may have come up with your own idea that isn't exactly one of the things that I said is available to you, but maybe it's a combination of the things that I've discussed, and you thought, well, I like that idea from that club, and I like that idea from the vacation thing, but I want to do it outside, and I like kettlebells, and I like resistance tubes, and I'm going to call it XYZ class. Yes, you can do that. You can do that. You can create your own thing, but what you need first is the education, the knowledge, the confidence, and the exam, which leads to successful completion to earn your professional certification and designation from NESTA. You got to have that first. So the first thing to do is to get started. And so somewhere on the screen here, possibly on the right side, you're going to see a button that came up now or just a couple minutes ago to where you can go back to the group exercise page on nestacertified.com and enroll in the group exercise instructor certification course and get the free business training and career training system that comes with it. It's marketing, it's sales, it's mindset, it's all these things and more. It's so much, I can't even go over it all in here. And again, if you just want to be an employee, you don't need to go through the business training. If you just want to teach a class, that's totally fine. What you need to know is we're giving you the information if you change your mind about that. And if you want to start your own business, then dive into the business and career training as well. That's it. Thank you so much for watching and listening and enjoying this. Your next step is to click over right now and enroll in the NESTA Group Exercise Instructor Program and pass your test successfully with confidence and begin your career as an employee, a contractor, or an entrepreneur. It's totally up to you, and we support you every step of the way. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.